Hi, I'm Susanna. Talk about a triple threat. JELLO Pudding's chocolate caramel turtle tort is rich, creamy, and full of scrumptious flavor. I start out this recipe by using a box of Devil's Food cake mix, and I follow the box directions to make 2 9-inch round cakes. Now before I add the wet ingredients, I throw in a box of JELLO chocolate flavor instant pudding, and this really adds a nice moistness to the cake, which is great. So what I do is I make the 9-inch round cakes, and what you want to do is let them stay in the cake pans for 10 minutes before you invert them onto the wire racks. So to make the triple threat part of this recipe, I'm going to make a delicious caramel filling. So to do that, we start out with 25 craft caramels. Now let the kids unwrap these. Saves you a little bit of time in the kitchen. So we'll put these in the bowl. There we go. And I'll start out with 3/4 cup of milk, which we'll put right on top here. So we'll put these in the microwave for 2 minutes, and we'll stir after each minute until the caramels are completely melted. All right, this is out of the microwave. This is the consistency we're going for. So if when yours comes out of the microwave after 2 minutes, it doesn't look like this, just pop it in there for a little bit longer. And now we're gonna add 1 packet of JELLO vanilla flavor instant pudding to our caramel. It's gonna give it great flavor. And we're gonna use a wire whisk now to mix this right in. It's gonna thicken this right up. There we go. I'm gonna add some great flavor. It's gonna be nice and thick. You wanna make sure this is fully incorporated. There we go. You'll wanna whisk this for about 2 minutes. There we go. And what you'll wanna do now is just let this sit and cool for about 15 minutes. My caramel mixture is cooled, so now I'm gonna add 1½ cups of Cool Whip, which is really gonna make it nice. And that's about half of this container here of Cool Whip. So put that in. Yum. This is really gonna lighten it up, make it nice and fluffy for a great layer. So these cakes, which I can't wait to cut in half and fill up. Set this aside. So we're just gonna make sure this gets fully incorporated into this filling. So the Cool Whip is fully incorporated now, so I just want to refrigerate this for 20 minutes or until completely cooled. So this is where the fun begins. We're cutting our cakes now. This one I'm just finishing up. You can see I've already cut this one, and we're cutting them horizontally into 2 pieces here. So now we have our 4 cake pieces, and let's begin layering up this delicious tort. Our delicious filling is cooled, and I have the first layer of cake here. So now I'm going to take about 1/3 of this filling and put it right on top of that cake. And we're going to take our little spatula here and spread this out. And you want to go right to the edge here because you want to appreciate these gorgeous layers when you put this out in the middle of your table to serve to your friends. And you can turn this platter here to help you with spreading this out. So now I'm going to repeat this process with the remaining layers. All right, so now my final top of the cake goes on. This is your rounded top. We save that for last. Let's put that right on top. This looks so impressive, but it's easy, which I love. So now let's make the chocolate glaze that goes on top. So I have my remaining 1½ cups of Cool Whip whipped topping, which I'll put in my glass bowl here. Use that rubber spatula to get all of it out. There we go. Put that in there. I want all of it. None goes to waste on that. And now I have 3 ounces of Baker's semi-sweet chocolate. I'll put this right in. And I'm going to microwave this for 2 minutes, stirring after each minute until the chocolate is completely melted. So here's the chocolate glaze after it's been microwaved, and I've let it cool for 10 minutes. So here's what we have. So I am going to top our tort with this. I'm just going to pour that right over the middle. You don't have to use all of it if you don't want to. You can just put a little bit. I'm going to put that right on the top, and then I'm going to get that spatula again to spread it out. So I'm going to use about that much for now. And that Cool Whip in there gives it a nice, gorgeous glaze on it, mixed with that semi-sweet Baker's chocolate. And it gives it a nice bakery-style finish, which I like. Very professional look to it. And if some of this glaze drips over right onto the sides there, that's perfectly fine. It kind of gives it a nice bakery style finish. So our last step, which is the turtle part of the name here, is to add some nuts to it. And I have some Planters pecans here that we're just going to arrange in a gorgeous little pattern here. Got about 16 of them here. And I just like to arrange them in a nice little pattern. And this just really gives it that special touch. There we go, and the last one. Doesn't this look absolutely amazing? Serve this delicious dessert up to your family and friends. For more great Jell-O recipes, visit JELL-O.com.